Hi, welcome to my easy fondant crown topper. So you need your fondant a bit firm, not that soft type. So what I normally do is to add extra CMC depending on the quantity of fondant I'm using, like 2 teaspoons to the fondant, and depending on the height of the topper, especially the quantity of fondant you're using. So what I normally do is to add extra CMC, like 2 teaspoons, depending on the quality of your CMC and the weather. So you have to check the weather. So I was working under AC, so it dries up is faster rather, and the weather was friendly that day. It wasn't that rain weather. It was friendly that day. So another way you can do this is to get a template of the height you want, but I like doing freehand. Okay, you can get a template rather, draw out the length you need and all that, but I'm already used to doing it freehand. So you need to roll out. It shouldn't be too thick, it shouldn't be too light either, like 2 inches thickness. All right, you shouldn't make it too thin, you shouldn't also make it too light. So when I get to the height I need, I just use my pizza cutter and then freehand and cut. If your hand is not free or straight, you should get a ruler, straight ruler to cut. Okay, so I'm going to cut and then check. If I trim it, then I'll check whether it has gotten to the height that I needed. Remember what I said, you can get a template and do that. So that's what I'm trying to check. So but the height was much for me, so I had to reduce it. You can easily get a template of what you need and just press on it and then trim out the size you need. Whatever works for you is okay. Okay, so I think I've gotten the height I need. So what I'm going to do now is to just trim it. The length is still long, sorry for me. So you see, that is the height I'm going for. So I'm going to keep it, return it back to the position, and then using craft knife, you can use knife, razor, anything that you're okay with. And also depending on this design you want on your crown, it doesn't have to be this shape. You can use like circle cutter, then make it circle around. You can use a star cutter. So but the crown I need is like this. That is what I need the crown for, this shape. So I'm just cutting out, just like I said earlier. If you had made a template, maybe you have had this type of and shapes cut out, you just press it on it and then trace it out. But this works very faster for me, so work with what works for you. So this works for me. So you just cut out with your knife should be sharp, so that it goes freely. Your knife should be sharp. Okay, so that's it. Very simple, just take you like few minutes. So I just had to straighten the side to be sure that everything is well cut out well. So just applying the water gum, that's water and CMC. Get any plastic of your choice or anything of your choice that will give it that round shape. So this was quite bigger, so I had to cut out the extra. I'm cutting out the extra. I'm using my craft knife to cut out the extra there. Okay, so that's why I said templates. If you have a template, it will make your job faster, but I'm already used to this. Okay, you can get a piece of paper, draw out the shape or the size of crown you want and do this, but who got the time? So just try to join them together. And this thing, I normally make it, this crown, I normally make it like a day before, and it is so that it will be firm, it will dry up. Then the AC or the weather, depending on how the weather is that day, to dry, like just give it a few hours. It's already firm for you to transport to the cake. If you don't make this ahead time, you might end up having a fondant topper that is just sliding one side. So I just transfer it to the foam, so it will be easier for me to transport. So I had to remove this, so the the thing I use so that you can see what I'm doing. I'll still remove it so that you can see what I'm doing. I just remove it earlier, so you can just leave it with the container and allow it to firm up for like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on your fondant and the environment where you are. So you can either make your, I needed to add a sugar balls on the top, so you can either make yours or you grab the pears like I did. So you can just get a fondant depending on the size of the balls you want there and just place it on top of them. So but I got a sugar paste which is faster for me, and I just with the gum just add it there and it just stays. Okay, ignore my fingers. I painted fondant earlier, so sometimes you forget to wear glove and you just paint wow. And then after you now start looking at your fingers, looking all shades of color. That's disadvantage of being a cake artist, Abby. But we're enjoying it. That's our trademark, stained fingers. Okay, so I'm going to allow this to stay for a few hours. Okay, and see, at this stage you can now do whatever vibe you want to have your cross to have, rather. So I used mold, this mold. There are different types of mold. You can use the scroll mold, different types, so it depends on the theme of the cake you are making. So this topper went with a princess queen rather cake. I'll show you the cake it went on top. So you have to work with the theme of the cake you are making. If you're making this crown for maybe a prince, maybe a scroll would be better, would go better rather. So this was for a queen, a queen of her husband kingdom. So I had to go with this to make. I don't want it all plain rather. So choose whatever that works for you, whatever screw mode, whatever toppers that work for you, whatever mode. Okay, just put a little gun and then place it by the side. So to make it look, this topper was later painted gold. I had to paint all of them gold because what the client wanted was a gold crown. So I had to paint it gold, but I allowed it to dry. So I have to fill in the other side too. So how do you use mold? For the purpose of this class, I had to remove it immediately. But what I normally do is when I put the fondant in the mold, I allow it to sit for like few minutes so that it firm up a bit and it's easier to handle. It doesn't change shape when you want to bring it out. Like I put it in the mold like this, I allow it for like maybe 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Allow it stay there and then firm up a bit so it doesn't change shape, and then before using it. But for the purpose of the class, I didn't have the luxury time to wait. Okay, so I'm cutting out the extra there and I'm putting it. That's the best way to use mold. Put it in the mold, allow it to firm up a bit before you bring it out. Yeah. So if you want to make fondant like I have a very nice fondant recipe. Just click on the link, check the previous videos. I have a fondant recipe that works really nice. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to allow this to firm up, and thank you for watching this video. Please click on the like button, subscribe. Appreciate me by doing that. Thank you. Bye.